Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Spiritual View. It is Thursday. This is June the 26th, 2025. So welcome. And we are excited that you are joining us from wherever you are around the world. We have a special guest tonight with us. We have Hope from the Ascending Life Tarot, and we will give her information in the chat because she's got her own website and she does private readings along with all of us. We have the lovely Wendy joining as well. Jen from the Awakened Jen Tarot, and Dawn from Astrology and Tarot Alchemy, and myself, Cerie. So we are your hosts this evening, and welcome to everyone around the world. So we have a action-packed theme tonight. We're going to be talking about still the new moon. The new moon in Cancer was yesterday, the 25th, and if you have not had a chance to look at the recording, please do so, because it's still a wonderful time, even through this evening, as Dawn said, to set your intentions. And so it's very powerful, and it is an opportunity to be crystal clear about what you want to manifest over the next 6 months. So again, check that out. We published it yesterday on the 25th. If you are a returning champ, thanks for returning. If you're new, please like, subscribe, and share if you relate and resonate with the content. Now, part of the conversation tonight is on astrology, and Dawn's going to lead us through that conversation. But we're also pulling cards for the collective to read the energy that helps us navigate through the remainder of the week and into next week. But we also will be doing individual card pulls. So if you would like a card pull this evening, please put a heart in the chat, and we will do as many as we can get through in an hour. So, Jen, is there anything else we need to cover before we get going? All right. So, it is Thursday evening. It's almost the end of the week, so we're just going to do a very quick clearing. So, I would ask everyone just to get settled in your chairs and to close your eyes for just a moment. And we're going to take a couple of nice deep cleansing breaths in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Again, in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. And just continue to take some nice, deep cleansing breaths, just relaxing your body, settling into your chair, wherever you are, softening your body, letting go of any tension that you're carrying, and just observing, how does your body feel? Is it relaxed? Is it tense? Does it need just to let go and surrender? As you continue to relax and breathe, we are honoring this new moon in Cancer by being by the waterfall that we were yesterday. And imagine that you are sitting in front of this beautiful waterfall. You can hear the sound of the water that comes from the top of the mountain above you, cascading all the way down over the rocks, hitting the pool below, wave after wave after wave. You can even feel the spray of the water on your face. You are sitting in this beautiful watery energy of Cancer. It smells like rain. And we are connecting deeply with this water of our emotions, of our heart center. And we are reminded that we are loved, that we are connected with Source, and we are Source. And as we connect with this beautiful light from the heavens above, imagine that this beautiful light gently cleanses each of our chakras, working its way through our energetic body. A beautiful rainbow light swirling through each of our energetic centers, connecting us with the water and the beauty of Mother Gaia. We're cleansing, aligning. We're just sitting in this beautiful energy, connecting with our heart, and remembering to stand tall in our truth of who we are as souls and why we came here. There is no fear. There is only love. There is only peace. We have Archangel Uriel that brings us the insights, the knowing, our intuition, not from the head, but of the heart. And Archangel Michael, who helps us stand in our truth, who helps protect us. Archangel Gabriel is here, focusing on our throat chakra, helping us to stand in that truth, but to clearly communicate and own who we are. This beautiful connection to the watery energies of Cancer with all the archangels. It's very powerful. Feel the power of this angelic force around each of us. And hear the water again and again as the water comes down over the rocks into the pool, wave after wave, very melodic, very soothing, very peaceful. We're going to take one last deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, exhale, get it all out. We are now clear, ladies and gentlemen, and over to Dawn.
Hello, everyone. So the reason that we can still put our intentions forward is the moon is still in Cancer and will be in Cancer for the remainder of this evening. And the energy is really going to be sticking with us. What is happening also today? Something very unusual. It's Mercury is at 29 degrees of Cancer, and Uranus is at 29 degrees of Taurus, where he's hanging out for a while as he gets ready to make his first entrance into Gemini in more than 80 years. So what this can bring in for us, this is a perfect opportunity for magic, as you know, to set intentions, to utilize that energy, because sextiles are opportunities. And usually it can involve someone else offering you an opportunity, or you go to someone else and ask for an opportunity. Sextiles require you to do something, to take advantage of it. If you don't do anything, no harm, no foul. You don't have to worry about it. But if you do take advantage of it, it's something that can propel you further along your path, something new for you to learn that'll be beneficial for you. And because this is actually, normally it wouldn't be such a big deal, but it's the 29th degree. It's like, okay, some of the things that you're finishing up because you've got something new coming in. You've got something new coming in. And the interesting thing about this is I was thinking that the moon would actually catch up with Mercury right before it moved in, because Mercury actually moves in to Leo at the very beginning, well, by tomorrow morning. And then the moon is then with Mercury, and then they start the opposition to Pluto. So to me, there's things that are, as of tomorrow and probably through the weekend, there's going to be more and more news coming out. I anticipate that there are plenty of things that are going to be revealed. Again, I would tell everyone not to watch the news, because at this point there's so much room for misinterpretation and spinning, as they say, and that's what happens when you have a son that is a political science major. You learn how they spin things. So really don't fall into the trap of getting caught up in the emotional side of what is going on out there. Mercury very soon is going to also be entering its shadow. But The good news is we're going to have Venus entering Gemini. So you still have something that's going to help you communicate, right? So Venus will do that on July 4th. So that is coming up. So Mercury will still be direct. And then when Mercury goes back, I just wanted you to know that that's something that you need to have in the back of your mind, because we are going to have to learn some lessons. Always Mercury is going to teach us something when it affects our personal planets. It's like that's our little bonus, especially if it's conjunction. Okay. So I would look up, and for the next week, that's your homework assignment. See if you've got any personal planets at between 4 degrees and I'm not sure what the other degrees. Look for personal planets in Leo because they're going to be affected. The good thing is when Mercury comes back, it doesn't go all the way back to it. So it's not going over Pluto 3 times. Yeah, that is good news. But right now, we still have all this beautiful Jupiter energy. And Jupiter can increase the emotions. So, but that's meant for you to deal with things. That's what we need to do now. We need to have things brought up to our attention so that we can deal with them, so that we can go inward and deal with them. It's a plus, actually. There's tears involved. There's hard truths that we have to face. There are people that did us wrong, but we, as part of our learning process, we have to process through that. Not to say anything that they did was right, not to say that at all, but you have to get to a point that that is not anything that matters to you anymore. And if you don't want to use the word forgiveness, okay. But nothing can, what's the word I want to use? You're not going to be lit up. You're not going to be, something is going to trigger you anymore regarding that. You're going to recognize, first of all, you have to learn to recognize the triggers.
Can I add?
Yes.
You won't collapse. You won't collapse under it again. So like, that's what we've grown. We've understood it now. And so we see the pattern for what it is. So when it shows up, we don't collapse anymore. We just call it what it is.
Or another way to put it, you stay centered in the eye of the storm. You don't get pulled off center by people that are trying to take you out of center and to get you in the swirl of all the emotions. And so staying in center and staying grounded is really the most important thing. And like, don't listen to all the naysayers, because that's hard.
And an excellent thing to do at that moment when you're getting sucked in a little bit, then just stop. Just stop and mentally step back and say, this is a trigger. And then rebalance yourself, because, it takes practice. You don't all of a sudden go, oh, okay, I don't have that anymore. Well, guess what? The universe gives snap quizzes. There will be someone that is going to be like this other person that triggered you, that's going to be coming in to try and trigger you. Guaranteed, sooner or later. And you're going to be, I got it. I see it. So that is what I would say is definitely going to be going on. And I think it's going to be going on, especially as we learn these lessons, as we're going through Leo. I would be careful because Mercury in Leo can be very loud and very boastful. So watch what you say. Don't put it out there. If you have like a thing that anything that you've started already that's in process, perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. But I would say that any new idea that you have over the next day or two, and that it's going to require some work, it's also probably going to require some rework, because Mercury will be going retrograde. So we need to bear that in mind. And I will do a video coming up of what the energies are for the next week. And while I'm gone, I will also I'll do a deep dive on Uranus entering Gemini. And guess what, everybody, the divine masculine is going to have to learn how to deal with stuff, because anybody that hasn't done the work, now you get towers. You've been tapped on the shoulder enough. This is tower time that's going to be happening. And things will be coming at you quickly. It's Gemini, right? So be aware of that. It's best to get anything that you've got that you're working through now. You have till July 7th. And then it's going to be like, okay, it's going to be a little bit more work, but I would start really taking things far more seriously, and really, if it's a trigger, you need to that Mercury retrograde. This is the time that you can deal with it. You're going to be dealing with it, because when the retrograde actually happens, it starts on July 18th, my birthday, of course. And then you go back and work on those things in that area of the chart, which happens to be Leo. And by July 7th, during that time, it will already have moved into Gemini. Okay. And Gemini and Leo are in sextile. You can get help from other people. That's the really nice part of this. You don't have to do it alone. That's why we have a community. So you don't have to do this alone. But it's work. It is work. And it's going to be required work. We're all going to have to go through it. So that is what I will say about that energy. And I think we've all had our little share of those in the past, because we've all been on that path. So we're going to go ahead and go to our question. And the question actually for the collective is, what does Spirit want us to focus on during this time? So we're going to go ahead and start with Sari.
All right, I'm going to kick us off this evening. And hello to those who have continued to join us. Welcome to the evening. And for the collective question, I pulled from the Enchanted Map Oracle. And it's a beautiful card. I love it. It's called the Wizard of Awareness. And we got a lot of magic energy, wizard card coming. And so it says, your soul knows best. Be still and observe. So this card is all around being mindfulness and staying neutral about what goes on in the world around you. It says this applies to the environment within you. If you struggle inside yourself, stepping into an observer position gives you a new powerful perspective that neutralizes any discomfort or maybe drama. You have the capacity to see things clearly now and unencumbered by anyone's opinions. And so I think what the message tonight is, we are navigating, we're now in the new energies, like it or not, and it's our choice of how we respond to it. And do we want to be the wizard of our own destiny, or do we want to let all the swirl that's going around us take us off center? So for most of us, we're hearing, even if you don't watch the news, you can't get away from some of the energy. I've tried. And I was all planes, trains, and automobiles. I literally just arrived. I've been traveling since about 4 a.m. this morning. And I needed to hear some wizard energy, because I saw a lot of swirl of negativity today out and about in the world. So the Wizard of Awareness is stay in the present moment, stay grounded, be mindful of your emotions, be mindful of your energy. And again, this is around external, but it's also within. We control our emotions. We control our ability to stay centered. So if anything or anyone is grounding you, pay attention to it, but do not let it pull you out of the center of the storm. Be in the center again. And it's an awareness card, but it's also a superpower. So again, be the wizard of your own destiny and stay grounded and center and stay present in the moment. And that's not easy right now on the earth to do. So we can talk a lot about it, but practicing it and having the discipline. Some days I know I do better than others, especially when you've been triggered by events or people or whatever it might be in your life. So be on the lookout. You're being called to be the wizard. All right. I am going to pass it to Wendy.
All right. So I pulled from the Starseed Oracle, and I got water your garden. So nourishment, body care, tenderness, rest. We've been talking about self-care a lot, which is, again, it can sound like a really hard ask right now, especially with things being so busy. It's so hard. I know I struggle with this one myself quite a lot. Earth is a seasonal planet, and as such, you're a seasonal being, cyclic. So you can't be on and in full bloom month after month, day after day after day. You're strongly being called to put on the brakes, rest, and refuel, to take a moment to restock and replenish and slow right on down. So your body is the only body you're given, and it needs to be respected as such. So you're being called to take responsibility for your well-being, to put your health and your body first. I know it can feel like time is running out and as if there are urgent things that simply can't wait. However, if you keep pushing on, soon fatigue will set in. This way of living isn't sustainable. If anyone continues to race through life, eventually they will reach exhaustion, and it will take longer to recover than it would have done to rest. Immune system disorders and mystery illnesses are becoming more common because we're putting too much pressure on our bodies to keep up with the instantaneous pace of modern life. How are you being called to put on the brakes, to rest, restore, and rejuvenate? Well, when was the last time you took a holiday or had a full weekend, day, or even an afternoon off? Look after your precious body and mind. Give yourself enough time to recover when you find yourself running on your reserves. There is enough time. Life will bend toward you when you do. Again, I would say, especially with our society and just how we move, it's always go, 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 go. And we forget to take care of ourselves, and we can't take care of everything else if we don't take care of ourselves first. So even though it is difficult and we can make lots of excuses to not make time and put time aside for ourselves, even if it's just a small amount of time, to get yourself grounded, to relax, to breathe, we need to take care of ourselves. And I have seen far too many people that I care about not taking care of themselves and having to have a very long recovery instead. So I would urge you, listen to Spirit on this one. Take care of yourself while you can before the burnout hits, because you're going to need all the energy that you can muster in the coming weeks. So, all right, I'm going to pass that on to Jen.
Okay, so I have pulled with the Resurrection Oracle, and the card I got for what is something that Spirit is wanting us to focus on right now is best friends. And so this is our chosen family. And I know that this is something that Dawn talks about a lot, about finding our tribe right now. And so it says chosen family is so important. These are the people that you choose to be in your life. There is no vow or oath that binds you together. They are here simply because of a bond, a friendship that is so deep and strong. Like a kindred being, some magic takes control and forms this friendship. Best friends share most of their important life events with you. Whether near or far, true friend will be there for you no matter how much time has passed. Some people may call them soulmates or twin flames or their siblings. The truth is, everyone needs a friend like this in their life. When you find this, know the value and do not take it for granted. And I think that we've spent a lot of time this year working through our relationships, and we've gotten rid of a lot of people, in our relationships. And so like some of our born family, we've had to remove some of those. And so now then we're kind of rebuilding our support system, and it's more aligned with who we are and where we're going. And I think that all of us on this spiritual path, we probably feel this level of disconnect from probably our born family. And it's not that you completely have to remove yourself from them, but I think that we all have to show up differently when we end up in those spaces. Because I spent some time with my family over the weekend, and I couldn't have the conversations that I have here. I had to kind of pull myself back and be kind of more muted in that situation. And I understood I don't get to be fully me in that space. And so I think that that's why it's so important right now that we find our tribe, we find the people who are aligned with us so that we can be our fullest expression of ourselves right now. And I mean, that's what is going to light us up the most and help us be able to hold those vibrations that help us to move into those higher timelines. And so I think that that's the thing that's important right now, is to really be focusing on the quality of the connections that are in your life, the quality of the people that you choose to spend your time with. And what's kind of coming in is that you're most like the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And so like, make sure that you like, you know, the energy that you're spending most of your time with. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and move this on to Dawn.
And I remember to turn my mic on. Score 1 for me, because I always usually forget. We are still in this magic. And one of the things that this card is really saying is get rid of those beliefs about scarcity and what's going on in the world. I think that really we've been sold a bill of goods that there's not enough. And that's not right. The universe does not know lack. We think of it. The universe doesn't. It's one of those things where we think that there's scarcity. Oh, there's not enough money to go around. There is abundance, plenty to go around. It's not about a number in a bank. What do you want to do? It doesn't have to be about a number. You're not realizing that there are other resources that you have. So really don't fall into this trap of, especially coming in the future, there are going to be economic issues. The astrology says it. You look on the world news, it really indicates it, that there's going to be different things that are going to be affecting us financially. And so don't fall into that trap of thinking that there's scarcity. Think about the 6 of Pentacles, equal exchange of energy. I mean, how long have we had actual money? Maybe 2,000 years or something like that, maybe a little bit more. But we've managed a long, long time without actually, you know, and a lot of times you didn't have to have the physical money. I know a lot of people who do bargaining, right? They do equal exchange of, you know, and you do need that. You do need it. It's like the energy has to be moving, is what I'll say. And so when you are giving that energy out and you keep giving that energy out and you're not getting energy back, that's not a proper relationship. And there are boundaries required in that relationship for your own protection. So think about the fact that the universe is abundant. All beings are interconnected. And again, really realize that it's so much more enjoyable to be with people that are at your vibrational level, and they will help you. There are different ways. If you know, one of my things is traveling the world. There are different ways to do that and not cost you an arm and a leg. You can do it. You'll be surprised at the things that come into your manifesting. You know, the magic of the sorcerer. Things happen. You set your goals. You know, you carry water, chop wood, and things happen. But you have to put mentally that there's not scarcity, that there's abundance, and that you're just waiting for Archangel Michael to put it in the right place at the right time. And it will happen. It will happen. It's hard though, when you're raised. That's some of the, I would say some of the ancestor things are, we were taught by our parents to think about lack, that you lacked things. So it's a big change to make in your mindset, but it can happen. It can happen. So I will go ahead and pass this on to Hope.
Oh, thank you, Dawn. Yes. So, you know, we have so much, astrological activity, so much is going on in the cosmos that I really wanted to use this deck tonight. It's the Cosmic Energy Oracle deck. I love this deck. And the card that I pulled is Blessing. And it says, blessings are gifts from the universe. Receive and share them. And I love following Dawn on this, because the first energy I picked up on this card, it was a Six of Pentacle type energy where, we give and receive, equal exchange, spirit blesses us, we go through a big lesson, we learn, we see it differently, and then we put what we have learned into action, right? We are, one of the things that spirit loves is, wow, you know how to use resources, you know how to use blessings, you are taking answered prayer and going into action. That aligns you. It gets you out of that scarcity, right? And it aligns you to your higher self, higher truths, and you will be more blessed. And one of our responsibilities to kind of keep the circulation going, to keep the flow going, is just to pass it on. Keep passing on the blessings. That's a great way to keep it going, to keep learning, to keep growing, and to keep expanding into whatever your vision, whatever your intention may be. Yeah, blessings. Oh my gosh. And we are required to release so much. So many of us have cycles ending left and right. And these aren't little cycles. These are like tower type cycles, right? Where it's like, whoa, I thought I was zigging along. And then all of a sudden I got a zag now out of the blue. And what that will do, and it doesn't always feel this way, what it will do is it will align us to a higher order of blessings. And this just feels almost like a heads up card, especially as we are still in the amazing energies of a Cancer new moon with Jupiter doing his thing, which is pretty remarkable. Blessings. Set your intentions, ask to be blessed, ask to be supported, and you will see just exactly how supported you are. And then to align with grace, go into gratitude, passing it along. That will keep you in the flow, and it'll help you release all the crazy a little bit easier. Oh, blessings. I love this card. Oh, Suri, back to you.
Okay. And I'm in ground zero right now in the deep south with my birth family. And I can only tell you, I need all your prayers because I'm going to be tested every, second of my next 4 days. Because if half of them even knew, I would probably not ever be spoken to again. But anyway, would appreciate any prayers of grace and hope for me for the next 4 days. So I was particularly drawn this evening to Parts Runner. We're going to start with our individual pulls, and we pull now for the next half an hour, and we'll get as many in as we can go. We pull one card, and people put in the chat a heart if they want a reading. And we probably can't get to everyone, but again, these are Spirit's messages for you, and we just gravitate to who we resonate with. So Parts Runner, you're new to me. I don't know your name. I apologize, but so glad that you joined us this evening. And I pulled a card for you. And this is from the Tarot of the Divine. And it's a collection of tarot from the perspective of folk tales and fairy tales from all around the world. And I got a beautiful card called The Lovers. And this is the classic story of Beauty and the Beast. And it's a Danish fairy tale. I actually didn't know this. But again, the Lover's card represents romance, opposites attracting, the duality and the balance of carnality, physicality, and fire versus spirituality, emotions, and water. It's Gemini energy. And so Parts Runner, I don't know if you're still with us, but for anyone that this resonates with, this is all around choices. You may have a relationship coming in. You may have choices of, do I go right or do I go left? And it is a beautiful, beautiful energy of love. And again, it's a classic story of Beauty and the Beast and her love of his soul, not who he represented in the physical realm or physical world. And so this means opportunity or potential for a new love interest, for harmony, for trust, a leap of faith, and a choice that you have to make. So I'm kind of seeing that you may have someone coming in, a new love interest or an opportunity to either renew a relationship coming back around. But again, don't worry about what they look like. Look at their soul, connect with the soul. That's the message. And it doesn't necessarily need to be a romantic relationship. Oftentimes it is. But if you can look but beyond the physical shell, and what does your heart tell you? Wow, that's the message I'm getting. So Parts Runner, welcome, and so grateful to have you this evening. And you got a beautiful card with the Danish fairy tale Beauty and the Beast, but you got a choice on how you move forward. Beautiful Gemini energy. And I'll pass it over to Wendy.
Okay, so I am pulling for Farah this evening, and I'm pulled from Oracle of the Fairies, and we got Flourish. So from dirty mud, beautiful flowers emerge. We can liken mud to the trials of life, to the things that have hurt us, but also ultimately shaped us and helped us to grow into the people we are today. From pain comes growth, and this growth can inspire others who are going through similar discomfort. The Lotus Flower Fairy comes to say that you have a wealth of experience that can be used to help others. When we learn from the past and from painful experiences, we can truly and fully flourish into beautiful beings who shine from the inside. You're a beautiful flower, born of the lessons of the past. If you're going through a tough time right now, this fairy reminds you that you're receiving life's spiritual ingredients with which to grow and flourish. This card also tells you that a lotus flower and a rose can't be compared. For every flower is unique and beautiful, and the same goes for us humans. We each have special talents and skills, and no one can be as good at being you as you are. The fairies know this only too well. So celebrate the wonderful person you've become and continue to flourish. I think this is probably a truth for, I would assume, almost everyone here, if not everyone here. I think, our experiences shape us and turn us into who we are. And I think most of us are, we find kind of this calling of being light workers and energy workers and shamans and guides and all of these things, because not just with our spiritual connections, but the experiences that have shaped us. And it gives us a perspective on things where we recognize that we can help other people with sharing our experiences and our stories and our perspectives on things. And I say this a lot, but it's not a competition. That is not the energy that this is about. It's about collaboration and community and sharing and growth and education and learning, right? We can all learn from each other. We can all help each other. And when you really accept and embrace that, you flourish, as does your community. So I hope that this resonates for you, Farah. I feel it definitely resonates for me as well, and I'm sure for many others. So take that as you will. Moving on to Jen.
Okay. I have pulled for Lindsay. And Lindsay, I'm glad that you shared what you did. I had already pulled for you, and I pulled another card just because of what you said about, I'm going to put it up on the screen so everybody can see. So her boyfriend was recently diagnosed with stage 4 kidney cancer. So the first card that I pulled, I do still think that it fits. And it was with the Resurrection Oracle, we have finding your niche. And what I was getting with that is like, you're trying to find how you fit in. And like, I get that you're all trying to like, this feels like it's fairly new connection for you. And so you're still trying to figure out how everything fits together, where you fit and how it works. But now then, like, it's like for real, how do I fit in now with everything that's going on? But the card that I pulled in specifically about your situation, It was beautiful. I pulled that with the Time Traveler's Oracle, and we have healing. And I mean, just the card itself is just gorgeous. Beneath the surface of your life, profound healing is occurring. Things in your life are being resolved. Trust that you are being guided as a natural healer. Know that everything in nature has the intrinsic ability to restore itself. You're part of nature, so you too have this innate ability. Remarkable healing is surging through every cell in your body and your life. Listen with your heart and act on your instincts. Have faith that all is well. Watch your dreams for the secret messages that are there for you. And if you are open to it, healing. Look for any signs in your life. If you feel drawn to go in a particular way, even if it doesn't make sense to your mind, trust this feeling. In the past, following your hunches may have led you astray, but please do not let that keep you from trusting your intuition now. Often with the perspective of time, the things that once seemed like mistakes can be viewed as having happened for your highest good and your healing. And so, I mean, I feel like that card is more connected with him right now. It's the peace I feel like that you need right now about just this whole situation. Healing is taking place. And I think that as long as you can stay in that, like, you're his support in this, like, you're holding the frequency. That's what I kind of feel with you. It's like you're the one that's going to hold the frequency for him on those days that it's, particularly hard for him to want to even get up and keep moving. You're the one that's going to hold that frequency of like, here's what we're moving to. Here's the future. Here's like, you're going to hold this for him. And it's like, it's not so much that you have anything you need to do with it. It's just, you're holding the energy for him. Like that's the way that you're going to help him the most in this. And then like where it was saying about your intuition, if there's anything that you think that needs to happen right now, like any like diet changes, anything that you think that needs to happen to help him in this, just go with it. Don't overthink those things that are coming to you, because that's the way that you're going to help. That's how you fit into this. Okay. So I hope that helps. Definitely prayers are going out. You can keep us posted because you come weekly. So definitely keep us posted on how things are going. Okay. So we're going to move now to Dawn.
Hi. And just in addition to that, I love how you said that, Jen. What I want to add is that's also the energy of Cheroklo, which was Chiron's wife, that holding space for the other person as they go through their healing process. So exactly what Jen was saying, that you're in that Cheroklo energy, and a lot of us light workers we are in that energy. And so she's exactly right. You're holding that space. So I just wanted to pass that along, that is very Cheroklo energy. That is very light worker energy. And that's what we all do and have a tendency to do naturally. So you can do this. You can do this. I've drawn for Deborah Pecan. And I have to say that, yes, we should go on a spiritual retreat together. Because she put that comment out there. But this is funny, because I looked at this and I looked at this card, and I had picked up on your thing before you put anything about us going on a, so obviously I was supposed to draw for you. So this is a number 6 card. It would be like the 6 of Cups, Memories of Love. And kind of the message that I got was that Spirit knows you know this already, but you need to be reminded. This is kind of what it's telling me. So a lot of this is, we want to take the energy of the beautiful relationships that we've had in the past and bring that forward into our life right now. Yes, there are things that are going to be happening, but this is going to help us be in that higher vibration for the things that we want to come in. So go back in your life and pick out moments, even if they're brief moments, of a joy, of hearing a child laugh, of getting to see someone you haven't seen for a long time and getting a beautiful hug. That kind of energy. Because I think that's what's going to be sustaining us as we go forward with things, is this energy of, I am at a good energetic level. And this also, I feel like what we've been saying all along is that energy of the people that are at our spiritual level. It's the water. It's finding people that are at our level in the water. So I do feel that that it also wants to remind you that you have to let go of some of the emotional things from the past. Your heart and your soul are asking you not to dwell in the past, but use the inspiration and joy from that time to assist you in the here and now. I do think that we have things coming. I don't think that they're going to let us know what they are. And that's why we just need to kind of hold that vibration. But you don't look at all these candles. You don't have to do it by yourself. There's other candles floating in the water with you. And just, shine all that light together with each other. So I think that's what Spirit wanted to remind you of. Like, she knows this, but I'm going to remind her anyway that, focus on the positive things. Jupiter in Cancer, focus on the joy. Focus on the joy and the thankfulness, and let go and release. And that's hard work. Let go and release those things from the past because they're holding you hostage. So you don't need that anymore. So yes, but Spirit says you already know how to do that, and you needed the reminder. So let's go ahead and we'll go on to Hope.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dawn. Yes, Miss Linda D11, you had a question about career. And yep, I'm going to shuffle my card deck one more time and see what the message is for you. Okay. What comes through right away is we have this 6 of Cups energy. And so couple aspects to this regarding your career, your job. We'll talk about it kind of on the earth plane a little bit first. Whatever you're curious about, passionate about, what you want to learn. You can think about what you wanted to do when you were a child, how you wanted to feel about your career, the adventurous part of it, and think about people that do that or know a little bit more about what you are interested in. There's some kind of answer for you with people you used to know in the past, right? 6 of Cups. So that could be a former boss that you had a long time ago, a former coworker. It could be anybody from the past, even in your personal life. Like I was saying, somebody doing something or has an idea for you. The energy on this is also about trying to see things with new eyes. And one of the things about when we're able to look at something with new eyes, a new view, is it takes the limitation off of it, right? Because we're seeing it through fresh eyes. This is also requesting that you do that in order to get the answers, any information that you would like regarding the next steps in your career. So that's kind of how it looks on like the earth plane. In spirit, it's like, oh my goodness, you are definitely at a crossroads when it comes to your career. And it does have to do with something that you did past life. This is also a past life soul contract card. So however you move forward in your career, you're going to know it when you see it. You're going to feel it in your bones. You're going to feel it in your heart. It will feel familiar. And the energy of adventurousness is interwoven throughout your career path forward. Any prayer, any meditation work, and even if you just ask the question, and my own Akashic records and all my past lives and all my beautiful experiences in my creative expression, what have I done? Who have I been that I need to tap into now to help me through the crossroads in my career and present time? I have no doubt that journaling, any kind of dream type stuff, your heart is going to tell you what your next direction is. And it does look significantly different than what you are currently doing and perhaps what you have ever done it's funny because it's not what you do now. It's not even adjacent to that. It's a little step out. And again, I just keep seeing new frontier, giant leap of faith, and definitely you will succeed. But with any leap of faith, we know it does require a significant amount of courage. So you also might look at whatever whatever you're afraid of regarding making this career transition or shift in career. You look at that fear, what that is, and you do just a smidge of work. You don't have to clear out the closet, right? You just need to be willing to have a real honest look at whatever this fear is. As soon as you acknowledge it, you pray for guidance and help, you work it through, however you work it through, what you'll notice is Spirit will blow the door open for you. Whatever this fear is in you, that's the current block. But again, like I said, you don't need to move the mountain on that fear. Just have a good, honest look at it, because that's what appears to be the block or where the resistance is. But overall, I'm excited for you. Your spirit is ready for a change. Your guides and angels are with you to bring that change. And this is a really positive card. I love the Six of Cups. So I hope that was helpful. And thanks so much for your question. Yeah, I'm excited for you. Oh, okay. Sari, back to you.
Okay. I'm going to pull for Cher. Cher, welcome. Haven't seen you in a little bit. And I pulled from the Time Traveler's Oracle deck. It seems to be very popular tonight. We seem to be drawn to it. And I have never pulled this card, but this is called Life Force Energy. And if you look at this, it is the Maasai warrior in Kenya. And of course, I would resonate with this because in my professional career, I've spent a lot of time in Africa, in particular, South Africa, Kenya, and different parts of the regions in between. And this is messages from the Maasai in Africa. So think about this. If you ever saw the movie Out of Africa with Robert Redford and Meryl Streep, the Maasai were very predominant, and they are beautiful warriors. And they basically stand in a line. And if you've ever seen them, they chant, they march, they jump, and they have a special rhythm that is unique to their tribe. And the meaning share of this card, I'm going to read a little bit of it. The word that keeps coming to me is unleash. And it says vibrant life force energy, healing, unifying rhythm, and passion. All of these qualities are waiting to expand even more in your life. This card is telling you that this is not the time to hold back. And I think if I remember back, Cher, you were looking at some interviews and some career opportunities over the past number of months. And you were asking whether or not, these opportunities were the right thing. And I think the message was come from the place of joy. And right now, what Spirit is telling you, don't hold back. You've got the passion, the rhythm, you've got the backing of the ancestry of the Maasai. They're very strong physical warriors, but they're very strong spiritual warriors. And so whatever you need to do to unleash your power and stand in your power, I think this is the meaning behind the card. So there's a message for you of don't hold back and just unleash and let it come out, because what Spirit is trying to work through you and bring through you is such beauty of who you are. And don't be afraid to hold it back and show it in front of anyone, and whether it be family, friends, whatever. And I think this goes with the energy we've been talking about, that it's been hard to show our true selves to people who don't get us. And so whether they get you or not is not the point, because we're separating the energies, and those who are going to be on our path embrace who we truly are. Don't be afraid of that, Cher, and stand in your power and just unleash it and let it come through. And that was Spirit's message. And I hope that resonates, and I will pass it on to Wendy.
Okay. So I pulled a card for Anna, and I apologize if I am mispronouncing your name, but I pulled a card from the Enchanted Map Oracles, and I got Gentle Gardener. And this is a 2 card. And I don't know if you can see this very well, but there are little fairies in your garden resting on rocks. It says, be your own person, be a conscious co-creator. So the gentle gardener is visiting you at this moment in your life to remind you that your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs create the reality you experience. She is the embodiment of the energy within you that is sent out into the field of co-creation and ensures that that all of you is reflected in the world of form. So are you aware of your thoughts? What is their quality? Believe in limitless possibility and you will see miracles unfold. The gentle gardener guarantees the integrity in everything you send out into the world. Stay positive and expect a wondrous return. Your garden is abundant with beauty. What I see here is that you are cultivating relationships and also opportunities. I think this sextile energy that Dawn was talking about is really coming strongly for me with you. So look for these opportunities because what you tell yourself becomes your truth. So the messages you are telling yourself is what is going to set the tone for how you can manifest things, what opportunities will lie in front of you, right? So I want you to really kind of pay attention to those energies and really look for those opportunities and pay attention to the relationships that you are cultivating because they are going to have a great impact on your future and the choices that you make. And also pay attention to how you are speaking to yourself. If you are giving yourself negative feedback or blocking yourself in any way by saying, oh, I can't, or it's to this or to that, or, making any kind of excuses, that's just fighting against what wants to come through. So what you want to do is allow, accept, and observe. Okay. And you really want to think positively because I'm sure you want good things to be coming in. So make sure that you are thinking happy thoughts. And that might sound silly, but it really does make a difference. Okay. Because again, what you are telling yourself becomes your truth. So think those happy thoughts, welcome in those little fairies. Okay. I hope that resonates for you. And I will move on to Jen.
I have pulled, let's see if I can find her for Julie. And so Julie, thank you so much for just supporting us. I've gotten to work with Julie in other aspects, so I'm glad that she's here tonight. So I pulled for you with the Time Traveler's Oracle. And yes, I love this deck. The pictures and everything, it's great. And we have Vitality. Is the card that came out and it's connected with the sun. And I'm just going to say, because I do know your situation, what I got just instantly off of that is because this is connected with your twin. The more that you're focusing on, that connection on, when is it going to come back together? Any kind of focus that you're putting on that right now, it is dimming your light. And it's like, that's the thing that's like the reason the Vitality card came out is because it's like, you're meant to shine as bright as you can right now. It's like, so you can't be focused outside of yourself because that's the thing that's going to be magnetizing everything back into you is when you're in your own energy, shining, your energy out as brightly as you can. And so with the Vitality card, and it's also a 44 card, which is connected with angelic guidance and protection. So It says, this is truly a time of expansion. Don't hold back. Your ability to sense and respond to the energy fields around you is expanding. The sun symbolizes energy, positivity, clarity, and confidence. Sunshine can bring about self-assurance and joy. Vitality, health, abundance, passion, and love are all expanding in your life. If you've been thinking about stepping into a role of healer, this is the time. This is also a sign to look to your own desires. Do not be a wilting flower about letting others know what you need. Allow your emotions the freedom to be expressed. It's important to know that you don't need to run on your own resources. Simply allow yourself to be a channel for the life force energy of the universe to flow through you and replenish your soul and the souls of those around you. And so, again, it's like, and also as I was reading that, it's like maybe even get out in the sun. Maybe that's something else that like you need to take in more of the sun. But like the energy that I got just right away though is like the focus on the twin is dimming your own vitality right now. So we've got to remove the focus off of that, put it back on yourself, just shine as bright as you can. I mean, it's like the best thing you can do is live your best life and let them watch it from the outside. And that's the thing that's going to magnetize them back and want to even like come back into the connection at all. All right, so I hope that helps. And again, thank you so much for your support. And we will move forward now with Dawn.
Hello, I'm reading for Joanna Morris, and I did see your message up there, Joanna, about having a hard time navigating, letting go of your family of origin. There are a couple things I want to say about that. This is the card that came out for you, Destiny, and it's a number 10 card, and it's about Lady Luck. But the other part of this is I feel you are so vibrationally above what they are. This is part of that number that it's the 10. So I feel like you're vibrationally way, way above them. And one of the things that has been happening for a lot of people is that you've had a hard journey, a bunch of us have, where you have been sent and had to go through being the person that is responsible for clearing your ancestry, meaning you don't have to get along with the people that were your family of origin. You don't have to hang out with them. You're just there to break the cycle of what has happened in the past. One of the things in my family is alcoholism. And it's generations upon generations upon generations, easily 150 years, easily that. And I can say that my children won't have that. They also won't have that lack mentality of things going through. And I really like some of the messages that came through with this. And while I was shuffling, again, that six of cups came out. So the same message that we had before is coming out is take the good memories and just take those with you that you've had from when you were young. And then sort through your emotions about the rest of them and then release it. I do think that you can't push those emotions down. You do have to sort them. You do have to deal with them. And I like what this card says. This is a time to allow your problems to be replaced by solutions. Believe in destiny as you learn to let go of old issues. You're being given the chance to understand the lessons and gain the wisdom from the past, enabling you to move steadily forward in a positive direction, holding on to a strong belief that you deserve to be happy and prosperous and have abundance in all areas of your life. That is the key. So again, this 10 to me just tells me that you are so vibrationally above what the rest of your family is like. You don't have to have anything more to do with them if you don't want to. But I think you do need to just sit and think and let those emotions come out. But I do think that you're one of those people that was sent here to break ancestral trauma. And that is one of the hardest jobs because you did nothing wrong, right? You didn't do anything wrong, but you got dumped on by lots of people and black sheeped and all that stuff. So know that what you have done is a huge thing in karma. And you should be very, very proud of yourself. That's the message that I'm getting for you. So I will go ahead and pass this on to Hope.
Oh, thank you, Dawn. Yeah, I'm going to pull for Karen. I saw your little heart in the chat, and I didn't see any kind of topic or anything. So I figure what I'll do is I'll just pull for what your higher self, your guides, your angels want you to know now. We'll take it from there. Let me shuffle once more. All right. Okay. We have a big card. We have a tower. We have a tower. And right away, I can feel the angels all around you. So whatever you're navigating in life, whatever challenges you are facing, you are very, very well supported. Your prayers are heard and they are being answered. One of the things that the guides really want you to be aware of as much as you can, as when we go through these tower moments, sometimes it feels like we're flying blind because we have so much emotion and mental stuff all through the auric field. It gets real thick. And when our aura is real thick, we can't feel them. And so sometimes it can feel like, hey, where's all my help? What's going on? Am I lost all alone here? No, you most certainly are not. And even if you said to your team of light, right, to your team, you said, okay, you guys, I'm going through stuff. I got a lot of towers going on right now, and I really need you, please, to make yourself evident to me. Bring me signs, bring me signals, bring me angel numbers. And what I noticed when I was going through the chat, and your name just stood out for me so bright, is the number 444. And then Jen mentioned a moment ago the number 44, which is spiritual guidance, spiritual support. The biggest message coming through for you right now is, please know you are not alone. You are supported. And last little message on this, there before the end of June, you are going to have to navigate through 2 more tricky things. It's not going to be bigger than what you've already been through. We want to be real clear about that. But there is a couple of things, you already know what they are. They're kind of foremost in your mind. And know that it's going to be okay. Just keep walking forward, connecting to the heart, summoning courage, strength, fortitude, and keep moving in the direction of what feels good and right and true for you. Again, this is so strong on me right now. You are not alone. You are supported. Super duper clear to me. And so, yeah. That's a big message. And I'm going to turn it back over to Suri, please.
All right. So thanks to everyone who's joined us this evening. We've gone a little bit over. We wanted to make sure we had enough card pulls. Not everyone has gotten a pull tonight, but we're here every Thursday night, and we will do our best to get as many in as we can. Again, we're all in this together. This is a new time, unprecedented energy, unprecedented times. And we're just so honored and blessed that we're all together learning and growing as part of this spiritual community. So stay safe, stay grounded, and we're just sending lots of love. And again, we can't wait to be with you again. Please join us for our daily videos. We do those Monday through Friday. And again, we have special things like we just had the new moon ritual last evening. And again, we send you for the weekend with lots of love, grace, and support. And again, we're so appreciative. Have a great evening and get some rest, everyone. Take care.